You know, when you're watching the big game at a sports bar, right, with a dozen screens perfectly synced up, you probably don't think about the sheer volume of data flying through the walls.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, we all just focus on the glowing screens.
Exactly. But there is this whole hidden infrastructure making that possible. So today's deep dive is about that invisible plumbing. Okay, let's unpack this. How do you take one massive 4K video signal and flawlessly duplicate it across 4 different screens at the exact same time without, melting the hardware?
Well, it's a massive engineering challenge. You're dealing with incredibly dense data pipelines. And the slightest hiccup in how that data is managed just ruins the entire viewing experience.
Right. And to understand how this problem actually gets solved, we're looking at a specific piece of hardware today. It's the Smart-AVI HDS4P-V2-S.
Which is a 4-port HDMI splitter from HDTVSupply.
Yep. And looking at the specs, this unit handles 4K resolution, full 3D, and has a max bandwidth of 10.2 gigabits per second. Plus, it's only $249. Is this basically like a high-speed traffic cop routing a fleet of sports cars simultaneously without causing a single traffic jam?
Actually, well, a traffic cop sends different cars in different directions. What's fascinating here is that this device is doing something much harder.
Oh, really? How so?
It's less like routing traffic and more like a high-speed printing press, stamping out perfect clones of those sports cars in real time.
Yeah.
It takes a single massive stream of data
Yeah.
and perfectly duplicates it 4 ways without losing a single detail.
Cloning, not routing. Okay, that makes perfect sense. And to push 10.2 gigabits per second, I mean, why is that massive pipeline even necessary?
Because uncompressed 4K video combined with heavy digital audio formats like DTS HD and Dolby True HD creates an immediate data bottleneck.
So if the pipe isn't big enough,
Exactly. If your pipeline isn't wide enough, the audio and video desync. The beauty of this unit is that it's strictly a hardware-only solution. It physically manages the cloning process.
so there's no operating system to update.
Right. And no software to randomly crash right before the game-winning touchdown.
Oh man, that is the worst. Well, here's where it gets really interesting. Pushing that much data usually hits a physical wall, but this device supports 50 feet of cable on the input and up to an incredible 80 feet on the output.
Which is a massive distance for this kind of data.
Wait, I have to push back on that. Doesn't distance normally degrade a digital signal? Like, how is it traveling 80 feet without turning into pixelated garbage?
It's a great question because distance is the absolute enemy of any AV setup. As a digital signal travels down a copper cable, the crisp, clean, square waves of data start to soften and degrade into, well, blurry, indistinguishable humps.
Kind of like a game of telephone where the words get mumbled the further down the line they go.
Precisely. And if you just amplify a mumbled signal, you just get louder mumbling. That's where a feature called signal retiming comes in.
Signal retiming.
Yeah. The splitter acts like a translator. It reads the degraded signal, reconstructs the exact original square waves, and sends a pristine, fresh signal out for that 80-foot journey.
Oh, wow. That's clever.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, this physical limitation is exactly why setups fail. Whether you're wiring a complex home theater or a multi-screen sports bar, reliable distance is the ultimate bottleneck.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, and the broader industry? We have this incredibly robust hardware solving physical physics problems, but a niche piece of gear like this isn't exactly sitting on the shelf at your local big box store. The source material highlights HDTVSupply, right? A company with a 25-year history specifically curating these Wolfpack matrix switchers.
Yeah, and it highlights a larger shift in how specialized tech is sourced. Big box stores focus on mass-market plug-and-play gadgets, but when you are dealing with professional-grade infrastructure, you need expert curation.
Right. The device holds a 4.7 out of 5 rating. Like that customer review from William L., who praised finding hard-to-find AV products at fair prices.
Exactly. Or Bruna C., who loved the phone support.
Right.
You can literally just call them at 833 Wolfpack. The high ratings aren't just about the metal box. They're about the human support backing them up when you're trying to figure out why your massive cable run is acting up.
It's a great reminder that our seamless entertainment experiences rely entirely on this invisible, highly engineered hardware working tirelessly behind the walls.
Absolutely. But yeah, as I look at the source material, I see they're already listing emerging AK HDMI products.
Mm-hmm.
And this raises an important question.
Oh, go on.
As visual fidelity pushes toward 8K and beyond, the data requirements don't just double, they explode exponentially.
Yeah, makes sense.
So will hardware-only splitters like this one still be able to handle that sheer volume of traffic purely through physics? Or will complex software intervention eventually become mandatory to manage the load?
Will our high-speed cloning machine eventually need an AI brain just to keep up with the data? It's something for you to ponder the next time you sit back and marvel at a wall of perfectly synchronized screens.